All right, guys. So this next topic right here is not overtly political, but it is what the black community likes to call a culture conversation. And culture is tied to politics. So it is important to have these type of conversations. Now, this next story is about a viral video in which a restaurant owner started cursing out customers at the restaurant because they were twerking on the furniture with their hands on the glass, on the wall, and quite honestly, disrespecting the establishment. And again, and this video went viral because of it being a black-owned restaurant that is supposed to be high-end and upscale. And what the restaurant owner said, I think, really is an important conversation that we need to have, because I see this type of stuff happen in the black community where our own people take for granted black businesses and black business owners and black entrepreneurs. So this is something that I really want to address. So I'm going to talk about it. But before we get into that, my name is Greg Foreman and you're watching A Black Conservative Perspective. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share A Black Conservative Perspective, aka a leftist worst nightmare. You can also follow me on Twitter at GForemanBCP. But right before we get into this, guys, you guys know I am currently fighting the war on flushable wipes. That's right. Flushable wipes clog pipes. They can cost your local municipality millions of dollars in taxpayer money to clean out these unflushable wipes. It can also cost you up to thousands of dollars in plumbing bills if you're currently using flushable wipes. My business, my startup, my solution to this problem is called Ashi. Ashi is an eco-friendlier alternative to flushable wipes. It's very simple. It just transforms your toilet paper into an instant eco-friendlier flushable wipe. It is sleek, modern, minimalistic design, will look great in any bathroom, and will make the perfect holiday/Christmas gift for friends and family. So if you're interested in upgrading your wipe and or you just want an eco-friendly alternative to flushable wipes, check out Ashi at ashihome.com. 10% net proceeds will go to Toys for Tots. Let's get it. There's a viral video of Dallas True Kitchen restaurant owner Kevin Kelly basically telling twerking women in his restaurant to get the blank out because they were disrespecting his establishment. Take a look.
I invested a lot of money into buying this building, into developing this concept, so black people can have somewhere nice to go to, okay? Somewhere where we can feel good about ourselves as they... Come on! Stop the music, please! Somewhere where our people can feel good about ourselves as a culture, okay? No, real talk. And so all this twerking, take it to Prime, take it to Pink, don't bring it here because we're a restaurant. And so beyond that, 75% of my customers are ladies. And I want men to show respect for themselves for how they carry themselves here. So how can I tell the men to respect themselves and you guys are twerking on glass here? If you want to do it, get the out my restaurant. Because I did it for our people and I did it for our culture. So don't do it now. Don't do it again. I don't want to hear it. If you don't like it, get out because I don't need your money. I need to provide something for my people. And don't do it again. Thank you.
All right, guys, as you can see, that is a video of him basically telling the women after they first started twerking and dancing in the restaurant, you know, giving them a warning, saying, hey, you don't need to do this. And then after they refused not to and they kept doing it, then as you can see, the restaurant owner came out and said what he had to say and basically said, listen, if you can't respect my establishment, then you have to go. And that I'm setting this up for my people so we can have something nice in our community. But yet you guys are trying to ruin it. Now, part of the reason why this went viral is because there was a lot of backlash on Twitter in which people were calling the restaurant owner a misogynist, a sexist, saying that what he said was disrespectful. He shouldn't be talking to people like they're children. A lot of people felt like he was being disrespectful to black women and to black culture. Now, Kevin Kelly had responded to this on Facebook by saying, "Thanks for the post. I appreciate your comments and will share a bit more. There were 3 tables that had been spoken to about twerking. They were approached very politely less than 10 minutes before. Despite this, the last young woman decided to stand in our booth seats, place her hands against the glass windows, and start twerking on the glass. Enough was enough for not only that lady, but for the 3 tables of women who were the only ones in our restaurant to act this way. As for the music, we created True for it to be a place music could be enjoyed while we sit and eat. No song played is an excuse to stand on our furniture and do what this lady did. There are places for this, and True is not one. As for my delivery, I can assure you I was a gentleman earlier, but my nice words weren't respected. True will be for some and not all, and this is okay." All right. So, my reaction to this. First and foremost, this is a prime example of what is wrong with so-called black culture, okay? Especially when it comes to black business and black entrepreneurship. We do not respect our black capitalists, our black entrepreneurs, our black business owners enough, okay? This is something that you will never see happen at a Ruth Chris or a PF Chang's or a Brazilian steakhouse. And yes, this conversation is about race, right? This is me addressing black people. You never see this happening in those restaurants. You always see black people taking advantage of black establishments and running them down the same way we run down our own neighborhoods, right? And then people want to get mad when they ask, well, why does white people have stuff better than us? Because we can't even take care of our own businesses. We can't even take care of our own neighborhoods. Do you understand that when you get up and twerk on furniture, when you put your hands on the wall, there's scuff marks on the wall that have to be repainted over? You may be putting scratches on the furniture. You may be breaking glass. All this is expenses that the restaurant has to pay. Okay? Now, when you're trying to maintain an upscale restaurant in an upscale vibe and ambiance, it is important that the restaurant make sure that everything is of high quality. You cannot have scuff marks on the wall. You cannot have handprints on the windows. Everything has to be clean and pristine, okay? So you twerking in a restaurant like that is putting more cost on the restaurant owner and is ultimately hurting the business. You're hurting a business that is contributing to economic growth in your community, that is helping employ people in your community. And not only is twerking disrespectful, it's really just unhygienic and it's just nasty, right? Like you sit there and you shaking your butt and you got your booty fumes and booty chips all over the food that's flying in the drinks. And why would you want to twerk over your food? You already in a crowded restaurant not wearing a mask. And again, I'm not really a big stickler over that, but I already know people say, well, Corona disproportionately affects black people. It's really hitting communities of color harder than white folks. I'm looking at this restaurant right here and it's like, obviously these people of color don't seem concerned about Corona, but like I said, it's just nasty on top of that. Why would you want to do this in a restaurant? And all these dudes out here coming to the defense of black women, anytime somebody criticizes them, they simps. They simps. We got too many simps out here, and that's one of the biggest problems right now that we have. Y'all love simping, thinking that you gonna get some type of brownie points because you run and try to defend black women and their bad behavior. Thinking that, oh man, I might get some. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, it's ridiculous. How can we grow if we can't even criticize ourselves? That's the whole point. Just because somebody says something that corrects the behavior of black women does not make them a sexist or against black women. Nobody is against black women. But black women do not have the right to just go into somebody's establishment and to tear it all to pieces just for the sake of the culture. A restaurant is not a place to twerk and to dance. If it's not allowed, it's not allowed. If the restaurant owner tells you to sit down and don't do that, you're lucky he didn't kick you out the first time he saw it. And then these people on the internet have the right to sit here and call this man a sexist. a misogynist, and they have no clue what it's like to own a business at all. You have no clue what it's like to have to continue to pay for that upkeep. Just like he said in the video, he invested in this building. He invested in the community. And this is how you show this man respect. This is how you show gratitude for this man providing jobs in our community. But see, we don't think like that. We don't think like that. The way we think about it is that, well, I'm here and I'm paying for it and I can treat it the way I want. I can do what I want. And then when the place goes out of business and it's run down, they're going to turn around and blame, well, gentrification and, the white man did this and the white man did this and that's why we not in a good place because the white man. No, we don't even treat our own businesses well. We don't even support our own businesses. But yet we're looking to other races and other people to do for us what we don't even do for ourselves. This man should have been applauded. All those women that was twerking, all the negative social media posts should have went towards them. They should be like, no, there's no way you should ever treat any restaurant like that, whether it's black owned or not. You should never treat any establishment that way. This is something a lot of black business owners tend to deal with when doing business with our own people, and it's something that it's a shame that this is even a conversation that needs to be had. It's a shame that people on social media react the way they do because they think that black women just have a right to just behave any way they want to behave because they black women. That they supposed to get this special pass in which they can say what they want, do what they want. It doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter the ramifications of it. They can just do whatever they want just because they special. And that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Now, one thing I will say in terms of some criticism from the restaurant owner. You know our people, bruh. You know our people. When you playing Meg Thee Stallion in a restaurant like that and you got drinks, women gonna want to get up and dance. They gonna want to shake. They gonna want to move. They gonna want to do what women do. As a restaurant owner, man, you got to be aware of the type of environment that you're creating. If you wanted to stay upscale, you might want to start playing some upscale music. Try to play some upscale music. Don't try to play hood music and think that you can have an upscale environment. And don't get me wrong. The reviews on OpenTable are great, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure this is a very successful place. And it probably works. The business model definitely works. But at the same time, you got to understand the potential ramifications from, dealing with a certain crowd of people, having a certain, type of music, and also trying to maintain an upscale vibe. I mean, it's kind of counterintuitive, and I like the innovation. I like the idea of it. But this is a potential negative consequence of this type of business model. So that's some advice that I would say to Kevin Kelly is that he may want to consider changing the music that he's playing at a venue like this if he wants to prevent this type of stuff from happening and have a vibe that's truly more upscale. Now, some people may say, well, you're classifying white music as upscale. No, I'm not. But I can tell you right now, Meg Thee Stallion's body is not upscale. I'm pretty sure there's lots of classical music from all kinds of artists, black or white, whoever, that he could consider playing outside of rap. And I don't necessarily have a super big problem with rap. It's just you can't play that and have alcohol involved and think that, okay, people aren't going to want to dance and twerk. So that's my opinion on that. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.